Meeting will come to order. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. This is a meeting of the Lakeville Conservation Commission. I'll ask the members to identify themselves. Josh?
Joshua Faraday. John LeBlanc.
Bob Bouchard, Chairman.
Joseph Chamberlain.
Nancy Yates, we're being recorded by LakeCAM tonight. Is anybody else recording? Nope. Okay.
Okay, and I would ask if anyone wants to speak, to sit up front here when the time comes. All right, so no other business. Let's get started. First on the list is 310 Kenneth Welch Drive. This is a notice of intent through Goddard Consulting for an increase in parking and wetland replication. This, at their request, it's been continued, but they promised to have some work for us next, at our next meeting, which, by the way, is January 9th.
Yep.
Okay, there's only one meeting this week. They have a new map based on the wetlands delineation that they've been reviewing for us. And they've just about wrapped it up. They've changed a few flags and they promised to be here with the results. So, look forward to that. Questions on
No,
Kenneth
it's good.
Welch?
Well, it's about time. It's only been since, what, April?
Yeah.
Did we
Yes.
decide it's been since April? Yeah, all
Do you need a
right.
motion?
To continue, yes, I do.
I'll make a motion to continue 310 Kenneth Welch Drive till the January 9th, 2024 meeting.
Second.
It's, discussion at 7 PM.
At 7 p.m.
All right, all those in favor,
Aye.
motion in a second?
Aye.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
I'm just saying aye ahead of time.
Oh. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, 9 Cross Street. This is another notice of intent by Zenith. Is no one here from Zenith?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, have you heard anything?
No, actually, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go right ahead.
I talked to Niles and told him he didn't have to come because, they've already agreed to the $2,700 for the,
That's later in the
so we're just
packet.
waiting for a check and we sent, did anybody see the email? Did she print those off about, we sent the culvert over to Prime Engineering and they looked at it and gave us a response. Did Lori send the packet with that response?
I didn't get it.
Yes,
Oh.
that was the one with the amounts of money and all that sort of stuff.
No, well, no, it,
This
it
is
was
some-
from Prime that they reviewed the culvert and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring my phone, so I can't tell you the exact language, but it was like, the area doesn't drain in there, the 3 pipes are fine, they recommended approving it.
Did she send it out to everybody? I didn't see it.
Yeah, she did, just
When?
today.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I was in the office today. picking
Yeah, but
up
you
the-
got it 2 days ago, cause when I called,
What about
I
that?
called you and I called Prime, and they sent the email over.
from Prime. I don't remember that, but that's okay. Doesn't matter.
So we're gonna continue
We're
it
gonna
anyway?
continue it anyway.
So they had reviewed the culvert, we'll bring the paperwork from their response, and it was $2,700 for Brandon, and Brandon can, I know I'm not nuts, I just saw this, but, I mean, I might be nuts, but.
That's beside the point, right?
Yes, that Brandon can come between Christmas and New Year's to do the wetland delineation.
Right,
So, we're moving forward, but we still need to continue it.
okay.
So,
Do we have a motion?
make a motion to continue 9 Cross Street to January 9th at 7 PM.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. No discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next, Golfers Way, Lot 3, another notice of intent by Foresight Engineering for construction of a portion of Golfers Way with associated grading, drainage, structures, and cleaning within the buffer zone. Clearing, excuse me. Darren,
Yes.
How you
good
doing?
evening. I apologize for missing last meeting. Didn't set an alarm, had dinner, fell asleep on the couch. Woke up to
sign of old
Derek's
age.
text at 8:30. Yeah, I'm just getting to that age, I guess. But I know you opened the meeting, you now have the green cards, we have the natural heritage response, which we need anyways to get approved. I'm happy to answer any questions. Basically what we're doing is we're turning the existing entrance into the golf course into a road now. In order to do that, we have to meet stormwater management, so Hancock Associates designed this infiltration basin with sediment forebay and a rain garden to help clean out the from the roadway itself. It's definitely an improvement over the existing pond, which is basically a hole that feeds the groundwater table, so that will still take our overflow, but that won't be the main drainage now from the roadway. And I know one of the comments in DEP was our setback from the well, so I did provide
Yeah, so,
a radius setback here to show that we're not in the zone 1. We're just inside the zone 2 with only a portion of the sediment forebay for the rain garden, which is 200 feet away, so I don't really see any main concern there, and it meets all the board health setbacks.
did everyone get a copy of this?
Nope, that's just the only one, just for the file.
Anybody wanna take a look at it? No?
It's outside the 100.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah, we pretty much discussed this whole thing at the last meeting
Yeah,
without you,
that's what
so
Derek
the only two things we needed was
Green cards.
that
Yeah,
and the green cards.
All right.
Yeah, so we're not in the zone 1, none of the road construction is at all, so, and like I said, only a small portion of the cul-de-sac in our sediment forebay is within 200 feet, so.
Okay. Good, so no other discussion then?
So I'll make a motion to close the hearing and issue an order of conditions with all our standard conditions for construction.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Should've come last time.
Yeah, I didn't have the natural area, so we would have continued. So, no worries, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was quick.
Thank you, guys.
See you later. Doris. Merry
Thanks,
Christmas.
you too.
Happy holidays.
Everybody all set?
Yep.
All right, next, Mass DOT. This is for an extended order of conditions for maintenance and drainage systems. This is something that's routine that we revise it every so many, years. And so I recommend approval.
So it would be January 7th, 2027?
2027, 3-year.
That's scary.
So I would make a motion to issue an order of extension on the original order of conditions, file number SE 192-687 for an additional 3 years, January 7th, 2027.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Your company? No, not us. All right, clear up?
I'm ready, Bob.
You're ready. You're anxious, I can tell. Why don't you come on up and... All right, this next one is 3 Hickory Lane, and this is an ADRAD, which is a little different. And I'm gonna read the notice. Pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, the Wetlands Protection Act, Lakeville Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on December 12, 2023, at 7 p.m. at the police station, 323 Bedford Street, for a filing of an abbreviated notice of resource area delineation. The applicant, Maroney Building and Contracting, is seeking confirmation for 728 lineal feet of bordering vegetated wetland, or BVW, and 467 lineal feet to top of bank for an intermittent stream in Lakeville. Project is located at 3 Hickory Lane and is also identified as Assessor's Map 43, Block 7, Plot 1. Good evening.
Good evening, name's Jeff Youngquist from Outback Engineering. This is when we did these houses over here, we've had all the wetlands flagged. And this is basically the same flagging wetlands in this area over here. We didn't show this side, but we're only gonna be working in this area.
Okay.
So, but it's basically the same we had before, but
Do you have a previous ANRAD?
no, we never, yes, we did on this one here, when we did these houses,
On the other side of the road?
on this side.
This side, yeah.
Right, but
There's a
not,
house here
but
and
not
a
what
house
you're
here.
showing now. This
We're
is-
gonna go on the other side, the wetland on this side. There's the wetland right here, this is where,
Yeah, it's a large wetland area.
Yeah.
But my frame of reference is that little rectangle right on the elbow
Yep.
of, yeah, that was like the last house, I think, that was built,
yeah,
up on the hill.
yeah, it's up here,
What's that far up?
yeah. This is just the
That's just the
turnaround.
driveway, okay,
Yeah, the turn, whatever, we had to put an easement in there,
that's right, okay.
because when we did all the road coming down.
Yeah, well, I was there today and it's a pretty well, there's plenty of water.
Oh,
And there's plenty of vegetation. Well, I had a hard time cutting through the briars, but
Yeah.
Any comments?
Well, this is historically a troubled area.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, trouble, I think, from drainage from
Yep.
Coming
further
down the hill.
up here.
coming both ways.
All right.
And this is a, awful lot of wetland line to just approve without having some kind of a peer review.
Oh, have we actually determined that that's an intermittent stream
Right,
at all?
Yeah, we have,
We have?
yes.
That's a question that DEP sent to us. They
Right.
wanted-
They did it, and I think we flagged that in 2018.
Okay.
The whole thing, all the wetland lines were approved back in 2018.
I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Forgive me and my poor memory.
But still DEP is asking that question.
Yes.
So did they not get that information that the line
Oh.
was certified,
We
that
sent it to
that
them.
was the intermittent stream?
Yeah,
We can
has the
send-
intermittent stream been assessed per 310 CMRs?
They're asking and.
As to whether it is intermittent or perennial.
Supposedly it was certified, what, 5 years ago?
5 years ago,
And this is,
In an ANRAD?
yes,
this same line?
yes.
so why don't they know that?
There's my question.
Well, the
That's
ANRAD
right.
might be expired.
Maybe they
I
need a
don't think
letter.
they
That's
don't
5
last
years ago.
forever. Right?
Going on
So they have
6
a
years.
3-year,
Yeah, it's 3 years, usually.
so,
So it just expired.
Right, and since 2018?
That's when we did it. I think that's when we put the last house in 2018.
so I think we need to make a decision on if it's an intermittent stream. Cause I don't think the previous one is still in effect. That determination.
Right, and there's been a lot, over the years, there's been a lot of stuff built
Built up.
uphill.
Non-permeable.
And on that corner right there, the drainage on
Yeah,
that corner
on the
has
corner.
just been over and over again, we've had problems
Washing
with
stuff
that.
out, washing stone fill right out, yeah.
Comes
Yeah.
right down the hill, that's.
Well, you know.
Oh,
area.
you don't have to tell me.
Yeah,
And I think what we need is 4 observations in a 12-month period outside of a drought season. I think that's how you make the determination for intermittent streams.
no
But
one
you-
ever, no one ever remembers any name ever being assigned to that, right? It's an unnamed
I don't
water
remember
course.
that. I don't remember that it being an Android.
Oh, I can get that information for you. We keep records.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
It might be necessary to send a notice to DEP once we have a better idea.
Right, but
Oh.
things change in 5 years too.
That's right.
You can make the determination of intermittent stream under an RDA. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
But. we
Well,
need to
but if
make
it's
that-
been determined to be an intermittent stream already,
But that was
I
then,
think, I think the,
5 years ago,
5
Yeah.
years ago. And that's why the, ANRAD findings are only good for 3 years.
I
Because
think,
things change.
I have to confirm that, but I think,
And wetlands change. That's
Yeah.
my thing, with all the water that comes down off of that
No,
hill,
I-
all the way from Highland, all the way down. If this is the same line that was in the last one,
It's the same.
then I think it needs to be looked at again, cause things change in 5 years.
I think you're right.
And this was wet all the way down, even on the other side of these houses over here, this whole thing between the pond and these other houses, how much trouble have we had there?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of small ponds along that roadway. And there's been some excavation. Yeah, I think an update might be warranted in this case. A review of the intermittent stream characterization, verification of some of the flags in wetland. Anyone have any other ideas, or we wanna go with that?
What was the date of this work? Of this flagging?
Right, the flagging right now?
Yeah,
I think a couple weeks ago.
a couple weeks ago, very current, okay.
So the flags are still up, hey, we have Brandon coming to do the other.
I saw some flags today.
Yeah, Greg went out and reflagged it.
Well, we could do this, if Greg was available and he wanted to review it, I could go out with him, weather permitting, and just verify
When do you wanna do it?
when the weather's good.
Give me a call and across the
Verify the
street.
flags, you mean?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful if you had more than one set of eyes,
Yeah,
so anyone else
Fine.
is interested.
why don't you go to Britton back? We're
Yeah,
not gonna do anything right away.
okay. Let's,
Continue it. And
Are
with
we
you
wast-
guys doing a sidewalk.
well, but if we are gonna
wasting
request a
time
peer
if we
review,
want a peer review? I think we're just wasting time, Bob.
I'm not talking about doing both.
I mean, we've allowed Bob, in his judgment, to determine
Define.
wetland lines. We haven't
It's
always,
just
but don't we
verifying
still
it.
have to answer the question about the intermittent
Yeah.
stream?
Right,
So if we're gonna have a peer review for that,
You would have a tough time, it's been wet. This has been an extremely wet
Yeah.
year.
Oh,
yeah, yeah, that's.
So I think a letter to DEP, just
Oh, yeah, I'll.
summarizing
I'll-
your position would
Yes.
be adequate.
Yeah, I can do that. We can do that.
I'd like to see the old land rat.
Nancy, you have it in the file, but I will get it for you.
Yeah, well, our files, since we moved,
Well, it's getting better.
I'll get it. I'll get it for you tomorrow.
Lori will find it. She's gradually
Yeah.
making
trying to
headway.
get it together.
So, yeah, let's review the, whatever it is, if there's a notice associated with it, or in the
Yeah.
ANRAD.
There was a notice of intent done on that lot.
In the meantime, if you're agreeable, we'll do what I said, we'll just do our own in-house review.
Hey, you and Joe go out there with
Yeah.
Greg. Be fine. I have no
Yeah.
problem with that.
Yeah, I met him just a couple weeks ago out at,
Yeah.
Bedford Street.
So we're gonna continue it?
I think regardless, we're gonna continue
We
it.
continue.
I'm sorry,
Continue.
yes.
I
Okay.
recommend we continue.
Any-
Makes it simple.
Gonna try and get out there before the next meeting, in January?
Before the next meeting,
It's supposed to be in the forties this weekend.
It's not the weather, it's everything else
I
that
understand.
goes on. But if we're not pressed for time, we could do it the week after Christmas.
It's fine.
You pick,
Give you,
just wait for, where we think it's gonna be a good day,
yeah,
and do it.
yeah,
Don't-
all right, that sounds good.
Don't kill yourself.
Is everyone agreeable, or do we need to vote on this?
Well, we need to formally continue it, right?
Continue
We'll formally
until,
continue it,
So I'll
yeah.
make a motion to continue 3 Hickory Lane till the January 9th, 2024 meeting at 7 o'clock.
we'll somehow get a sidewalk in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
Cause I wasn't gonna recommend doing it this way, cause I gave Greg Thursday and Friday off already, so.
we'll let them go.
It's always tomorrow.
I'll second that motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nancy, you didn't say anything, or did you?
Yes.
No, I said aye.
Oh,
Sorry, I
okay.
didn't hear you.
I said aye.
Very good.
All right, guys,
Thanks, Jeff.
okay.
Hi to everyone back at the office.
Oh, I will do that. You guys are lucky, we got a meeting the 21st December.
That's cutting it a little.
Merry Christmas.
There's EBA, I really wanna do this.
Hey, we're meeting on the 20th in Wareham. Yeah.
I'm gonna save this.
What's the chances you have a court? That's always my question.
Well, with seven members, hopefully pretty high. I think only one person didn't want to have it, so.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Yep, you do.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm looking at the next item, but I didn't realize that order of compliance, the order of conditions went back, number 448, yikes. Boy,
Yeah,
huh?
2005.
Yeah,
I wasn't on the board.
I didn't think it went back that far, but it is,
You have-
Wasn't Joanne on there then? I'm just wondering
There's
if there
signatures
are.
on here.
yeah.
I think Martha Schroeder was on it.
We have no paperwork on LeBaron. We have boxes of
Boxes.
copies of files and maps and,
Joe and Bob were. Nancy, you were on it.
I
Well,
think so. Well, it
did you
was,
say Joanne was on, where is, I didn't see
Rob,
this
Joe,
thing.
Martha, and
Nancy Yates.
Nancy.
Martha,
Because,
otherwise known as Mike.
Joanne was
Yeah.
famous for,
guilt by association.
doing in perpetuity, so. And I don't know if I've ever seen them do, any reports on the management of the aquatics.
Oh. We're onto that.
I wonder I can't find it, I'm still on 3 Curry Lane.
It said there was a management plan attached.
A year-end report will be submitted to,
Well,
Yeah.
the original order of conditions specified that there be a year-end report, which they
Right.
complied with. But there was no reference in the order of conditions as to whether or not to continue it after the 1 year. Did it mean it was gonna be an annual event or not?
right,
Well, probably until they closed it out, right?
Yeah, well, they did, they treated it, there was no more reoccurrence. And they still have a management plan in place for fertilization and contamination and everything else. I was there today with the manager, and, they gave me quite a review of what was on there. So I'm satisfied that, what they're doing is more than adequate.
So are they still treating
No, they're
every
not.
year? No? Okay.
so it is.
Well, not treating for algal blooms, they're still treating for other
Right.
pests.
So
course.
here's the thing, is they're selling it, or they sold it,
Yep.
I
Right.
think, so they're gonna be coming back to us if they wanna do anything there, right?
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
It should be.
It's a natural heritage.
Good.
So, So you're okay with us, issuing a certificate of compliance, Bobby?
Yes.
All right, I make a motion, we issue a certificate of compliance for SE 192 448 for LeBaron Hills Country Club.
I'll second it.
Discussion. What do you think about not requiring that they submit a report, but asking them, should this reoccur, notify us and send us a copy of any, monitoring that's done?
But they sold it.
Well, whoever is, pass it on to the next owner. It carries with the site, not the owner.
Well, but you're issuing a certificate of
Right,
compliance.
meaning they're done.
Taking that
Off,
deed restriction off.
right.
Oh, and was it in perpetuity? I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
And
If you write on the original order of conditions, this will be restated on your certificate of compliance. You have to do that when you're doing your order of conditions.
Right, yeah, there are special conditions that can go with the
Right.
certificate of compliance.
Right,
But that wasn't one of the original conditions,
No.
that
Right.
it be in perpetuity.
No, that's why I said it would be almost informal, just, well, I've already verbally said that to them, I said, this happens again, call me. That's
Well, you
probably
would-
adequate.
Well, no, they'd have to refile a new notice of intent.
the new owners.
The
Yeah,
owners,
they
yeah.
would.
But even if it was the current owners,
this is.
there's nothing that said that this should go more than 3 years of when we issued
Right.
it.
Right,
So after 3 years, they should have come for a new notice if they were continuing to do maintenance.
And this is me shifting into my English teacher mode,
Mhm.
okay?
yeah,
This is 192,
This order of conditions shall apply to
448.
any successor in interest or successor.
the letter
in
to
control.
us from the attorneys says 192-44A. I know that's wrong, I
Yeah.
know they made a mistake, I'm just pointing
Missed
this
it.
out. My English teacher, Jean's checked in, you know,
It's good that they're still sharp.
weird stuff happens, I mean, we all know horror stories of properties that have gone unsold for 18 years because there was a misplaced comma somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What's the classic line? It ain't over till the paperwork's done.
So where are we?
so we have a motion and a second, and then we were discussing it, but I don't think there's anything that we can do but start over again with the new owners. Josh, you disagree?
Once you issue the
Right, I mean,
certificate of compliance. you
That
close it.
closes out.
Right,
we issued an order of conditions that has a 3-year expiration
right. and
with
it's-
So it's,
no special conditions saying that it should extend more than that.
Right,
right,
So really, this was first issued
2005.
2006.
2006, 5 or 6.
Five, yeah.
So really,
2009.
2009 or 10, they should have come back if they were continuing to do this maintenance.
Yeah, but they didn't, we know that.
they didn't, or they did?
They did not do any more sampling.
They did it that
Oh.
one year.
Right,
So
Well,
I mean,
I'm sure a lawyer picked this up on the deed.
it's a clouded
It's a
title,
sale.
so yeah, within the sale, they probably said we want this closed out. I can't believe this is the only open order of conditions that they have, but,
Well, that's the golf
Although
course.
they-
oh, this is just for the golf course.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, one, they should have come back to us after the expiration, which would have been in '09. And they should have closed it out, which never happens, so that's oh well. But, yeah.
And before one, the attorney should have made, written down the right number for the order of conditions.
Right, not 44A. But anyway, no, the new owner, if they wanted to do this type of work, would have to file a new notice.
Right,
okay.
I mean, that doesn't stop us from issuing the certificate now.
Right, the work was done, specified in the order of conditions, so it's just closing that
Right.
component out.
Yep.
All right, let's,
And when I assume that Nancy will make the motion.
She did.
I did,
It's already in?
I seconded it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, Under discussion,
yeah,
I'd like some reference in our communication back to the law firm here, that in spite of the fact that they're asking for 192-44A, we understand that the area and property in question, because of the attached copy of the original, this is the one they're asking for. I just want that in paper to protect ourselves.
This
Well, there
letter,
should have been an actual certificate of compliance request, Form 8A.
Yeah, they didn't use the right form in the first place, right?
Oh, did we get a Form 8A or is it just this letter?
They sent a letter.
Oh,
That's it?
we didn't even get it, it was probably dictated, because if somebody was listening to a machine and they said 4448,
Actually,
right,
I asked them,
A. Yeah.
yeah,
I asked them for a letter requesting the certificate.
right. They should have submitted a,
right, they should
Form
submit the proper
8A.
form in
Yeah.
the future.
with a
Well,
filing fee.
Why don't I send them a letter saying that in
Yeah.
the future, what accomplishes our objective here.
Did we get a fee?
We send them can we get, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we charge people for certificates of
Right.
compliance, so.
Well, yeah, they've already paid for that.
Oh, okay. But,
So we have a motion and a second.
Okay, there's no more discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, peer review, I don't know if we need to review the review, but there's the
Well,
one.
they already agreed to it, $2,750 to,
Mm-hmm,
Do we have to approve which proposal we're taking off?
yeah. Or we, the commission as a whole? No,
Yeah,
I can
no.
sign it.
Okay. All right, cool.
yeah, they were way happy with that.
Yeah. I mean,
A big difference.
And they
How
were
can
way
it be that much
happy
of a
with,
difference?
way happy with Prime saying the culvert would work. If we need something more from that, I'm sure Prime will give us something more in writing.
Were they the original engineering company? that-
No, Zenith
Gina,
did it. And it was me. I called Bob and said, hey, I called, an engineer,
Collins?
Collins, and asked him if he would do a peer review. When we're doing peer reviews, we're going to these big companies for a culvert. They're not gonna come all the way down here. They charge $1,000
Oh, yeah.
for a meeting. They charge
Well,
travel.
look at the difference in these two prices.
yeah,
$2,750 and $6,600.
Right, but that's just, he's on the 2,700, he's only doing the well line. He's not reviewing the culvert. So if you get a local person that will just review the calculations and say that it's acceptable, that's just gonna help a lot more than us trying
Oh, I
to.
agree.
Environmental Partners lately has been, just throwing out huge amounts of money. And they must have plenty of other work, and maybe they don't wanna, unless it's worth their while to come down here for a culvert.
Sure.
So, that's why I called Prime, and they responded immediately.
good.
we use Allen and Major, actually, right out of Lakeville.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
who does
Oh,
our
yeah.
peer reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an idea.
And then I think they sub out the actual wetland delineation to LEC. But,
It still
there's
comes from,
certainly-
LEC comes from a long way too.
right, but some of our peer reviews are comparable, 2,600 or, so. I think we did a peer review for a solar site and it was 2,600.
Anyway, and
Is that-
everyone agreed that
Notices.
Brandon's really good too.
I like Brandon, I like
Yeah.
Brandon a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we were impressed.
Want to do minutes?
Do you have them? I don't have any
I
in my.
got them, I already read them over. Make
yeah,
a
they're
motion,
here.
make a
somewhere.
motion that we approve the minutes of the Conservation Commission meeting of September 26th, 2023 as printed for us.
Second.
No revisions?
None?
Good for us. So,
So,
motion and a second, is it second?
Yep.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
and we're keeping 3 Hickory Lane for next time, right?
Yes.
I'm getting better at making sure it keeps, so that I have to go searching
Yeah,
for
all
it
my
again.
keeps are on my desk in the office for this meeting.
Go ahead, John. Do the honors.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, aye.